Hey there, everyone. I wanted to share an experience that I had in meditation yesterday because I have a hunch that some of these things have probably happened to you, and I'm wondering if you've handled them the same way as I did. Um, and because some cool stuff happened that I hope will help you guys. So, when I sat down in meditation yesterday, I had a specific idea in mind. Um, of how I wanted it to go. I had an intention of doing a very specific visualization exercise, I guess, to help bring some healing between me and another person. And so I had this idea in mind of how I was going to do this little visual exercise and hopefully how it was going to go, right? So, what I did before is I went on YouTube and I found what was resonating with me in that moment, which was shamanic drumming. And so the one that I picked was like an hour and 20 minutes long, but I thought in my head, like, that's fine. Like, I'll listen to it and use it for however long I feel like it. And that's totally fine. So I start to do the meditation, and here's what was happening to me. And maybe this happens to you guys too. As I'm trying to meditate, um, my brain wandered all over the place. And I just had a very hard time focusing, even though I had this visualization in mind. So I should have been able to focus on the visualization that I was planning, right? But my brain just kept getting distracted. Not even by anything like super significant. It just was having a really hard time focusing. I'm guessing that's happened to all of you when you meditate, right? Because that's what goes with meditation. So sometimes we use that as a reason, quote unquote, to not meditate because we think my mind wanders, therefore, this isn't working, or I can't meditate well. No, this is what happens to every single one of us when we meditate, right? It is a practice. We call it a meditative practice for a reason. So, my brain was totally doing that. It was also, I don't know if this ever happens to you, doing this thing where I'm like, all of a sudden, kind of like, I don't actually open my eyes, sorry. But my awareness pops back in and I'm like, was I just sleeping? Did I fall asleep there? Sometimes I really do fall asleep, to be honest. And like literally my head starts nodding and everything. Um, Sometimes I don't know if I'm falling asleep or I've just like really, really, really sunk down deep into meditation. I don't know. All I know is I have this awareness of like, was I just sleeping? So that was happening, right? Which might be a whole other reason for me to say, like, this isn't working today. I should just try again tomorrow or whatever. But I didn't. I noticed both of those things and thought, like, okay, I'm kind of maybe falling asleep or my brain is getting distracted. Okay. I'm not stopping though, like, because I have a very specific thing that I'm looking for today. So I have a specific thing that I'm looking for, but what I decided to do, my initial intention was I was going to do this visualization and I was going to visualize me connecting with this person that I'm struggling with and was going to visualize um, having a conversation with them and having them show me parts of their past where they, had gone through hurt and suffering. And after I kind of fall asleep and after I was really distracted, I decided, like, okay, I'm going to stick with this, but maybe I just have to like open up my intuitive side and go with something different. Like, I want to work on healing stuff with this person, but maybe I have to be open to how that's going to happen today. And so, kind of just like coming back and listening to my intuition, somehow it pops in my head of like, I need to, instead of meeting in my mind with this person as a grown adult. I need to meet with this person in my meditation when they were a young child. And I need to like notice them as a young child and what's going on with them and what they need to show me and what feelings are going on with that. So that idea kind of just popped in my head and I went with it. We need to be mindful of like when ideas pop in our head in meditation, maybe those ideas are coming from somewhere. Maybe those ideas are being inspired by the universe of like, here's a better way in, here's a better way to accomplish what you're wanting to accomplish. So that's what I did. I kind of just followed that and I pictured having an interaction with this person when they were very young. I could all of a sudden, I could really focus. I was very much into it then. I wasn't getting distracted and I wasn't falling asleep. I then was like kind of calling on ancestral lines, whatever, spirit guides to come in and help us heal, and was kind of making these beautiful requests of like, help us to allow our feelings here and know that we're safe. Help us to feel healing energy. I don't even remember all the stuff I was saying, to be honest, because it really was just flowing from me very naturally, very organically. And as I was doing that, like my body started responding in really cool ways. Like I could feel different sensations going on. And it felt awesome, right? Because I stuck with it, even when I was getting sleepy, even when I was like getting distracted. Those weren't reasons to quit. Those were reasons to stick with it and open myself up to allowing the universe to guide me a different way to go than I thought I was going, right? And so I stuck with it, had really cool experiences, and then here's the grand finale of things. I do all this, and kind of towards the end, I was feeling like I was done. And sometimes what I do, and what I happened to do on this day, was like, okay, I think I'm kind of wrapping up here. And I just put both of my hands on my heart and was kind of, I don't know, offering like a thank you to the universe for guiding and helping me. And as I was doing that, all of a sudden I noticed, after I started doing it, really, I noticed the music that I've been listening to was like coming to a close and getting softer and starting to fade out. So that was 120 minutes of meditation. 120 minutes, which might be a record for me. I have done some long meditations before. It's not typical that I will go that long, but sometimes I do. 120 minutes. And here's the thing though, because I started closing it up, ending my meditation before that music started fading, here's what that tells me. That was exactly the amount of time I needed to have all that cool stuff happen, right? Because it feels very weird to me that I was ending right as the music was finishing, because I would not have guessed that I'm going to be sitting there for an hour and 20 minutes, right? But that must have been exactly what I needed to have happen to get the results that I was looking for. So I don't know, to me, that feels like, I don't know, just a cool synchronicity. It feels validating of like everything that happened there was okay. Even when I was maybe falling asleep or getting really deep in the zone, even when I was getting distracted and deciding to switch up things, all of that needed to happen, right? So I hope that each of you guys don't use your mind wandering as an excuse to not meditate or to give up, right? I didn't close and put my hand on my heart when I got frustrated and was like, this just isn't working today. No, I did that after I worked through all that stuff and got to a place of like, I think I'm done today, right? That's different, right? So I hope that you guys are not giving up on meditation just because your brain is wandering or because your brain starts to maybe fall asleep. Those are just things to notice and then stick with it and ask the universe, your higher power, whatever, like for guidance. Where do I go with this thing that I want to accomplish today? Because sometimes really cool stuff happens. And sometimes it brings us down a different path, but like that's okay, right? All I needed was the intention to that I wanted to heal part of this relationship. I can let go of the out no. I can let go of the way in which I arrived there, right? I don't have to hold on to how I'm supposed to get there. I can have that goal in mind and then let the universe guide me. So, I hope you guys stick with meditation even when you're sleepy, even when you're distracted, that you open yourself up to the universe and like let it guide and help you. And I would love to hear some of your cool, unexpected experiences in meditation too, because I know you guys have some, because it happens often enough, right? So drop a line and like tell us what they are, because I think when we do that, it helps build our expectations is the wrong word. It shows us what other things are possible. So great sharing with you guys. I hope I hear back from you because I want to hear your stories too. Okay, see you guys.